Hey everyone, we just started our new Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you can support the podcast and you get access to early episodes, bonus content, and a link to our Discord. For $20 a month, you can send us a picture and we'll put your face on the board. Also, this weekend, if you're listening when we release the episode, I will be in El Paso, Texas, performing live stand-up comedy on July 30th and August 1st. You can follow me on Instagram at DomsyTheBombsy. For more information and details about the time and locations about everything, thank you so much. Enjoy the podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Isimo Podcast.
Isimo Podcast.
My name is Gerardo Alarcon.
I'm Dominic Angel.
And I'm Rian Reyes.
And if you would please follow us on Instagram at IsimoPod, ISIMOPOD. Email us at isimopod@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the little bell for alerts. 13% of people have done that. Little peek behind the Isimo curtain. Follow us on Spotify. Rate and review on Apple Podcasts. And that would help us out a lot.
Please write a review. Please. We have 5. How many do we have?
No, we have a lot of reviews.
We have one. I mean, we have a lot of reviews.
Anyways, my name, I always try to say my name more than once. I don't know why.
What's your name?
Gerardo Alarcon. And
I'm
today
Dominic
on Isimo, it's a party. We're party animals today. We should probably
What animal was that?
that
A
was
party animal. What do you think?
That was a damaged koala.
Aw.
I have chlamydia.
They actually get into a lot of accidents. They're not very
Smart.
bright. No.
Really?
Yeah, they're dumb because they party all the time.
No, that's like there's a thing about koalas where they get hurt a lot on their own.
Tell us one way in which koalas get damaged easily.
Like I've heard they're known to choke on eucalyptus because they eat it too fast. I could be wrong, but I remember someone telling me about that where it's like, it's a thing where they're clumsy.
If you didn't hear that somewhere, you have a wild imagination.
If this cannot be verified,
Yeah.
your imagination is wild.
You have
It's
a
about koalas?
crazy imagination.
Get it? Wild koalas?
Ryan, you ruined the joke.
Anyways, so
Or did
today
I
we're gonna
enhance
be today we're gonna be talking about parties, Mexican parties,
Yeah.
fiestas, if you will. How many fiestas have you guys been to? 37.
I don't keep track.
I know, me neither.
At least 5 a year, at least.
Really?
That's a lot, especially
not
in
a lot.
quarantine.
Yeah.
Well, quarantine is different.
Yeah, in quarantine, or the year of 2020, I went to, I think, like 3 fiestas in the beginning of the year. And then all over from there, dude.
I think I used to go to a lot more parties as a kid, like all those family parties. And then I had a group of friends out of high school that were like always partying. Like, you know, when you have like, you're either a family or you have a friend whose family is like huge. And they just like are fucking throwing parties every weekend, and they have like invite all the cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to go to like, that's who my friends were. So I used to go, like, if you didn't have anything to do over the weekend, you would just hit up your homie.
What about you, Ryan? Are you a fiesta koala?
No, I mean, like I didn't like high school parties. I thought they were always really boring. Like kickbacks and stuff where like it's the quarterback hosting and his mom like let everyone drink Tecate because it's shitty beer or whatever. That's what she said. That's what she said.
You can drink. If it tastes like shit, it's okay. But if you're drinking the good stuff, you get the fuck out of my house.
Literally what she said verbatim.
Because the shitty beer doesn't get you drunk.
Yeah. The shitty beer gives you nightmares, and it'll make you never drink again.
Yeah, like the funniest thing they ever did at a high school party was like play beer pong. But then I would hang out with like Dominic and his friends, and we'd get drunk off of like rice wine and play like cranium and categories.
Rice wine.
One time, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the most whitewashed party I've ever heard of. Let's get drunk and play Settlers of Catan, fool.
That sounds dope.
I've never played. I have a.
We have Settlers of Catan
We bought 6 years ago.
for this purpose, and we just never did it.
We were at Target, and I was like, I want to get a board game. And so I saw Settlers of Catan, heard all the stories about how fun it is. I bought it. It's moved with me to 3 different locations, still in the cellophane wrap. Never opened and never played the game. I don't know how to play it.
It's like Monopoly, but
I mean, I don't think it's important what the game is. It's a white game.
It's about settlers. It's about colonizing.
Yeah, the colonizers of Catan, fool.
I'm never gonna play that game.
Yeah, you know how they make like Monopoly Jeopardy or whatever, like, or what is it, Jeopardy Monopoly? They like Lord of the Rings Monopoly.
Yeah,
they should make a colonizers of Catan, dude.
We got a Baldwin Park Monopoly.
What?
Yeah, made after literally like after a while, every town, someone just if you just decide to make it, you can get permission from Monopoly and just make a version of your town.
Yeah, that's so funny to make it about Baldwin Park.
Yeah,
we're popular.
Yeah, no, I agree. BP, homie. You know what I mean? I rep it hard, BP? Homie.
What is the nickname?
The place where bald people can win.
It's Bowlin.
Bowlin? Oh, okay.
Bowlin Park?
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about parties though, dude.
We don't even have a bowling alley in Bowlin.
Anyway.
Yeah, so for parties, me personally, okay, so first of all, we should probably mention their video that went viral on TikTok.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about, all this stuff.
So 2 ladies, 2 very fine, feminine, Latina ladies were at a pool, right?
In North Carolina.
In North Carolina, they were listening to Latino music, the best music. I mean, that's aside from the point. That's an opinion, okay?
It's a fact.
Okay, it is a fact. I just had a fact checker check that for me, and Dominic.
Fact check.
And so 2 white ladies, which according to the Latina, which I believe all Latinas,
yep.
The 2 white ladies were playing loud white music. English.
They were playing music.
Yeah.
American music.
Yeah.
Now, so the Latinas bring their boombox, and maybe it's nicer because they have better jobs and better standard of living, and they can afford nicer things.
Yeah, they did have a canopy at the pool, so I'm like, they have canopy money, okay?
Yeah. Mexicans with canopy money, not to be, Anyways, so so basically, these Mexican ladies start playing their jams. You know what I mean? Zapp and Roger, stuff like that. No, I'm just kidding. Mexican music, and then all of a sudden, the white ladies are like, "What the fuck? You can't do that here. This is North Carolina, baby." And they make them stop, and then they call the cops saying that they were loud and belligerent and drunk.
Yeah. Well, what happened before that actually was that they asked the manager of the facility. They complained and said that they're playing their Spanish music too loud. Instead of talking to the people and asking them to turn it down or whatever, she straight up went over to the speaker, unplugged it, and tried to take the speaker from them. And they were like, "What the fuck? Like, why are you doing this? What's going on?" They're trying to get an explanation. And then it turned into a big thing where the cops were called on these 2 women. Or on this, it was more than 2 women. It was like a group. Yeah. It was like a family party, or a family just like going to the pool.
Yeah.
And like the cops were called. Luckily, the cop that came spoke Spanish, and they were able to like tell their side of what really went down.
Yeah. So also, don't fucking take a speaker. Don't expect, if you're gonna take a speaker, expect somebody to get mad, right?
Yeah. I mean, for sure, it's a public space. But at the same time, it's just like you're at a pool. Like people are you're coming here to hang out and to have a good time. If you're trying to relax, then go somewhere else. Go to a fucking park and meditate or something. Yeah. Like you're in a public space. People are going to be playing music.
Another annoying thing about this too, though, is that you don't really see the white woman's face. There's not like any kind of like, she's not in the video at all. Am I wrong?
The one that I saw, not really. There's like a flash of like 2 people.
Yeah.
Next to the cops. White people love to hang out next to the cops.
Yeah.
They're always like right there next to the cops.
That was my favorite part of the video, is because you can like look on the face, like when she starts speaking Spanish and the cop is listening and understanding it, you can, when they cut, you like briefly see the white woman's face. She was disappointed because she knows that he understands her and like we'll get their side of the story also.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, somebody, because we were talking about in one of the TikTok lives about the video, and somebody mentioned like it's pretty lucky because they were referencing like another video of somewhere where this family got forcibly removed from Walmart and they didn't know why. The cops were called on them. They accused them of something, and the cops didn't speak Spanish. They were only talking to them in English. And because they didn't understand them, they took that as a sign of like them not cooperating. And so they like forcibly removed them from the premises, which is like totally unnecessary. Like you can call someone in to you should have somebody that speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Like call someone in, wait for them to like be able to translate. Like, I don't know. It was unnecessary. So I was super lucky in this instance that they were able
in
to
both
do that.
instances, I think we can reference a very popular white song and say that you have to fight for your right to party. Right?
Yeah. I mean, everybody else gets to party. Why not us?
Yeah, why not us, dude? Why not now? Like, why not? We could blare some music in here. Nobody would care, right? That's aside from the point. But you gotta fight for your right to party, dude. Why is that?
I like that you keep pausing.
It's
To party.
You have to fight for your right to party, right?
yeah.
And I think we can all learn something from that song here. Why is it that these Latinas have to fight for their right to play some music out of a speaker that they bought with their good on all, hardworking money? I bet you those white ladies are on welfare. How about that?
I mean, statistically, most of the people that are on welfare are white.
Oh shit! I didn't even think that or know that. I just made an assumption.
I mean, I believe that to be true.
Fact checker.
Fact checker.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. I just said it. If I'm wrong, you're wrong. Okay.
Yeah, people have messaged us to see if they could be fact checkers for us. We can't afford it.
We can't afford it.
We can't afford facts.
I have holes in my socks, dude.
Yeah, I had a hole in my shirt yesterday, and people would not stop letting me know that.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, back to my point. You got to fight for your right to party as a Mexican. And I know where I used to live, I've seen my dad get in handcuffs because of a party.
That's wild.
Yeah. My dad's a hardworking man. Granted, he was a little drunk at the time. But, we were setting off fireworks. Sue us. You know what I mean?
Don't
fireworks. Sue. What? Don't sue. Yeah, don't sue. But fireworks are fun, right? Fireworks. It's like the physical manifestation of a party. Wild shit happens. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, blaring Mexican music. Let us the only way to listen to Mexican music is by blaring it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blair Witch, fool.
I was going to say, they call me the Blair Witch, fool.
Yeah, dog. Every time I see you, you're blaring music. They call me Blair Witch, fool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's very relevant to what we're saying now. Anyways, that video was very disgusting and disturbing. And you know what? Fire the officer. I'm just kidding. The officer was great. Fire those two white ladies. They're not allowed at the pool anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to turn everything into like, oh, we're playing the victim, but it's like this weird thing. Again, it always falls into this like forever foreigner. Like if we're playing our own shit, people get upset and like want to complain and they're not complaining because the music is loud. They're complaining because it's like the music is in Spanish. It's a different culture and they don't like hearing music that they can't understand.
Yeah.
Which is like Selena's for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Selena, Mexican, speaks English, speaks Spanish, great body, honestly.
Yep.
She's a great person. And her music speaks to millions of hearts across the nations.
To this day.
To this day. Yeah, have fun going to fucking Alvera Street and not hearing Como la Flor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we heard that when we were there.
Yeah, like twice.
Yeah. Twice.
Two different stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. And one thing I was going to ask you guys, like, so there's always, we see these videos, it's a joke. It's like an inside joke about like Latino parties that run until like 3 a.m. and like,
oh yeah.
But have you ever been to a party that didn't end late? Like that's not Latino, that's like at a white person's house?
Yeah, so are we talking about adolescence or are we talking about just like a party like when you're older and you're able to drink and whatnot?
It's good, like in general.
In general, like a party. Like not like a dinner party where you have like guests and you cook for everybody, but like a backyard, playing music, a party.
Yeah. I think, when I was younger, I wasn't sober. And I would go to my family's parties and they would end around 11:30. I could bank on that. And there'd be millions of beers left over because not everyone has a problem drinking. They just stop and fall asleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would stay till after the party and drink all the beers and smoke some weed. That was me. But anyways, so for me, my experience, my family, there are late parties like till 3 or 4 in the morning, but it's not like the general norm for my family's parties.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like a weird thing how like we've been given this stereotype of like late night parties, like, and I think it's just because the music is, you know, from a different culture than American culture.
Yeah.
Which is like, how are we not American culture at this point? We're one of the biggest minority demographics in the country. Like, how is our culture not American culture?
Yeah.
But I honestly, I feel like that's the only reason why like we have this stereotype or like this characteristics thrust upon us of like having these like late night wild parties.
Yeah.
I don't think that any party that I've been to is like any different or any like more wild or crazy or loud and obnoxious. Loud music is obnoxious. I get it. But like,
Yeah.
it's the same as everybody else.
Well, in the interest of different perspective, I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that my dad talked about how big his speakers were so many times when I was a kid. He would always tell me how much they cost and like, don't ever fucking mess with your car because the speakers are ridiculous. I bought these 12-inch subwoofers when I was this old and like it was bumping, foo. Like, you know, they enjoy loud stuff. Like Mexican, from my experience, Mexicans in my family love loud speakers.
I feel like
most people do though.
Yeah.
Like,
But I can only say that for my family is Mexican, you know.
There's a machismo aspect to having the biggest, loudest thing. I mean, it's the people that rev their engines at 2:00 in the morning. It's the people that have their bass all the way up while they're driving. Like, I get it. Like, there is that aspect to it, but I don't think it's like just us, you know, doing these things. There was like a whole thing about like people with loud ass mufflers. Like, remember when like loud mufflers was a trend?
Rice rockets, baby.
Rice rockets, is that what they're called?
Oh yeah, somebody told me that was racist, but when I was
racist.
yeah, like Japanese cars, you put a muffler on that shit, it's a rice rocket, baby.
Yeah, that's racist.
Yeah, that's racist.
Yeah. But it's also a term.
A
racist term. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, why do black people and Latinos, Latine, like folks, like we get pegged as like these like loud, obnoxious people. Like, we're loud in public. Our behavior is undesirable in public, and it's like we're just fucking existing in this space the same as anybody else. Like, sorry, we're not playing fucking John Denver.
Yeah,
you know, like
not playing Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers, or like these people that fucking. I've been to places where white people like take over and they think it's fucking cute. Like, I went to a bar in Portland right before a show, and like this theater troupe came in, and like, as we're all trying to get our set together and like think, they fucking started playing like the Cats musical and started singing from the stage. Like, and I'm like, this is obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking terrible. People that play like fucking Queen and what's the other one? What's the Don't Stop Believin' Journey?
Journey, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Foreigner, but that's a different song. But it's like, they do that shit all the time and they think it's fucking cute, and like, it's, you know, they're trying to fucking take over this space.
You ever see those videos after a college team wins?
Yeah.
They like trash the city, whether they win or lose. It's like, it's insane.
Yeah. And it's all in good fun, but if I fucking play Selena 2 decibels over 10, it's like,
I've seen a crowd of white people flip a bus. It's insane.
Yeah, well, duh, rioting is terrible. Yeah, that's not a racist thought, is it?
But they're not. That's the thing. Is like, they're not called rioters. They're called, like, when they're reported on the news, it's like excited young youths.
Yeah,
that's how it's
celebrating.
Phrased.
Yeah,
celebrating.
I could say personally,
A bunch of young people celebrated this weekend by flipping a bus.
Yeah, when I was younger, my parents would always invite the white neighbors to the parties that we had at our house. Mm-hmm. Advertising food, good times, the vibes. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so the white neighbors would come, but they would look very out of place, you know?
I guess their parties are just boring. Like,
yeah, well, duh. White parties are the most boring things I've ever been to.
But that's pretty smart, though, because then it's like, well, you can't complain if you're invited.
Exactly.
Like, if you're a part of it.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do. There was, when I used to live in this neighborhood, and like there was a gated community behind us, and I made sure to invite everybody that was on my block to the party, just let them know. And like, people were even like, they know, like, we used to get complaints. Cops started coming, and like, so then I started inviting everybody, and they were like, "Oh, it's not us. Like, we don't get. Like, we love hearing. Like, we listen to your music. Like, we're cool with it."
There's one old lady,
but it's coming from the gated community who
Yeah.
I can't talk to.
Yeah.
Because they set themselves off, and like, people. One time the cops came and the whole neighborhood came out to be like, nobody's complaining. We're all fine with this. Like, go away. But it was because it was coming from behind us. And then those people that lived right behind us had fucking late parties until 3 a.m.
that was like, that's the other thing too. It's like sometimes it's not even, it's just people who don't like when other people are having fun. Like they don't see it as the same thing when they do it. You know, like the people at our old house that sat behind us and next to us would always like complain about our parties, but then they're the ones at 4th of July with like the special ones going off until like 3 a.m, you know, 2-3 days after 4th of July. Specifically, like our next door neighbor, the family was cool, but their grandmother would complain about everyone else's party on the block. And then they're the ones that like at Halloween, they had a bunch of loud ass animatronics running until like 1 a.m. They had like a Dracula playing the piano. It was insane. Like they would have lavish, you know, just loud big parties, and then the minute anyone else had anything louder than like a barbecue, that old lady would like complain and sometimes even call the police, and it was ridiculous.
You know what I love about Mexican parties too, though, is that not every day is a party. Like my mom's next door neighbors, there's a lot of young people that live next door to my mom. I think this family just had a bunch of kids, but every day is a party. They'd be outside smoking weed and being loud as fuck.
Yeah.
And my mom gets so upset about that. She'll be like, Gerardo, whenever I'm at my mom's house, go fucking tell them to shut up. And I'm like, I'm not going to do shit. I'm not going to go tell them to shut up. What the fuck? You know, I think it happened one time. Sorry, Mom. But it's like, it's random times you have a party, like a feeling of like good vibes and partying. You know what I mean? But with Mexicans, okay, that's with my family at least. There's like a designated time this Saturday, come over at fucking noon and we're going to go all night food. I'm bringing a mechanized bull. Like, we're going to fucking go hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like a set time to go party. Then, like, they go about their business. Like, a lot of my family works in, like, supermarkets and whatnot. They are fucking businessmen. And then they come out and they fucking drop their English accents and they just let loose and they fucking party. You know what I mean? That, I find so much respect in that. With, like, the inability to party all the time. You know? Like, for instance, this video, the white women are like, we have our party over here. Take your party somewhere else. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know how to say it other than, like, chilling is a party. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Fuck me.
I don't think you're wrong. I just don't know if I understand the connection.
The connection I'm making here is that I used to smoke weed every day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to drink all the time. It's like, why not save those things for a function as opposed to trying to make every day a party like a fucking adolescent person? I don't know. Do with that what you will.
I mean, I could definitely see that.
I cooked a little caldo and it was a little spicy. You guys didn't like it.
We have a bad history with unspicy things.
Delicious, but
I used to live in Van Nuys. And that was one thing that I fucking loved about my neighborhood was that there was always parties, like, but it was like everywhere. Like,
yeah.
So what was cool is that there's like a mutual understanding. It was like, hey, I'm not going to complain about your late night party because I'm going to have one next week. So it's like on any given night, there was a party going off somewhere in the neighborhood, but nobody complained. Everybody was just like respectful. Some houses you could like stop by and like it was cool. I didn't really know anybody in the neighborhood, but there was mixing and mingling. That was really cool. But it's like it was every day, but it wasn't the same people every day. It was like you knew that there was a special event going on,
exactly,
like something nice, somebody's birthday or a quinceañera or something like that.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I haven't had a party in a minute.
Let's have one.
Oh, Isimo party.
Isimo party.
Isimo party.
Isimo party. I didn't say it.
Isimo party.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Ryan to say something. Within less than 5 seconds.
Yeah, he did it. Podcast is over. No. What are some of your favorite like memories from parties?
I have one that comes to mind. I have a cousin of mine. Reynaldo. I think I've told you this before. I made a joke about it, but it's the cookie joke.
Oh, right.
So my cousin Reynaldo, you know, he's let's be honest, he's not like the rest of my family. He's more of a cholo guy, likes biker clubs and stuff. So him and his brothers they're my like cousins somehow. They're sons of my they're sons of my grandma's sister. So they're kind of cousins to my parents.
Second cousins,
right? But they're like kind of my age. Like that whole second cousin,
yeah.
First cousin once removed, or I forget the fucking white term for it. White people. So they came to the party, and my mom was cooking at the grill, and she noticed people that she didn't know, and she went up to them and she was like, "Who the fuck are you guys?" Pretty aggressive, and they go, "We're Pirates friends." And she's like, "Who the fuck is Pirate?" And it turns out my cousin Reynaldo, his nickname or street name, whatever it is Pirate, because he has one fucked up eye. So,
I mean, out of all the nicknames he could have had, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah,
Pirates. It's funny though because your name is Reynaldo. Let's just like your name doesn't even start with a P, homie.
Yeah,
you know. I don't know.
I don't know if that's how nicknames work.
Sometimes it is.
It should be how they work. Okay, it's not about how they work. It should be that way. We should be calling him Rabbit, Reynaldo Rabbit, huh?
Why Rabbit?
Because of alliteration, Ryan. Yes. Jesus Christ.
No, but anyways, so they go. We're friends with Reynaldo. We're Pirates kids. They said, and my mom's like, "Who the fuck is Pirate?" And then they're like, "That guy." And then she goes, "Reynaldo." Like maybe that's like a code. You don't know the real name. That would be funny. Yeah, like you know how you meet somebody, be like, "Hey, Dominic," or "What's your name?" "Dominic." "Oh, my name's Gerardo." Instead, you're like, "Hey, fool, what's your street name, dog?" "Pirate, fool." Don't look any further than that, homie. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. And my mom kicked them out immediately. She got like pissed, like 10 out of 10 pissed.
Yeah.
And then went back to being like, okay, cooking at the grill. Because they were like underage drinking the beers.
Oh yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Like that was one thing. So like I've seen this before in like other videos, but people talking about like the ethics or like the etiquette, proper etiquette at a Mexican party.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I hear, and my mom enforces this like every time we go anywhere, is like you introduce yourself to everybody at the party.
Exactly.
Which now hearing that story, I'm like, oh, that's why you do it. Like
yeah.
You pay respect to the host. And you let everybody know who you are so that you know you're there. Like, it's just a respectful thing to do.
You know what's so funny, too, is that, like, little kids never, like, say hi to everyone. You always got to ask. Like, my little brother would be like, "Thomas, did you say hi to everyone?" He's like, "No." I'm like,
yeah.
Go say hi to your tios or I will beat you. I'm just kidding.
That's how my mom is. Whenever I show up, so we have some friends that they have, like, hangouts all the time. Not necessarily parties, but, like, gatherings.
Yeah.
And so whenever I show up, and I've made it a habit more and more now to make sure I say hi to everybody. But that's always the first thing that I say. And to me, I'm like, she's my mom, so I'm saying hi to my mom first. Obviously, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I'll walk up right up to her, and then the first thing she says, I'll say hi, and she goes, "Did you say hi to everybody?" Like, I'm getting to it, fool. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to say hi to my mom. Yeah. But now it's like when I walk in, it's like you got to do a round, and then I guess now my mom is the last person I say hi to.
It's weird because like it's the most frustrating thing that kids won't say hi to everyone because you know how good it feels. You know, I think that's why I get upset about it. Be like, you haven't. Oh, I always tell people, like my little cousins, be like, "Oh, you don't say hi anymore, or what?"
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I get it. It's an embarrassing thing. This happened recently at the last gathering that we were at, where I was like taking pictures for my mom, for her own thing. And right before I was gonna leave, I was like, "All right, Mom, I'm leaving." And I was going to say bye to everybody. She was like, "Make sure you say bye to everybody. Make sure you say thank you for cooperating. Thank you for helping out." This, I'm like, that's your thing. I don't need to say all that shit. So I was like, "Bye guys, thanks everyone." And she was like, "That's not what I said. That's not what I said to say." My mom doesn't talk like that.
What about you guys? What's a memory you guys have from a Mexican party?
Oh man, there's just like, so this was really fun. Ryan might be. It's the story about the pozole. You remember that? Okay, so one time, I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast, but one time I had a friend named, there was a family, the Lopez family, but they all had kids like that were the same grade as like all of us. So like, Briar was my age, Brandon was Diego, was it your Brandon?
Yeah,
and Oscar was my brother, like my older brother. So anyway, we always like intermingled with each other. So we became friends, and they would invite us to a lot of parties, birthday parties. And they're definitely a traditional Mexican family. So whenever we go to a place like that, my mom is like, you have to say hi to everybody. You have to eat if they offer you food. And we were so hungry that day that we had just had like burritos, or like went to get Burger King or something. We had just ate. And she was like, don't ask for food, but if they offer you, you have to take it and you have to eat some. And we don't speak Spanish. That was a thing too, is that we didn't speak Spanish. So we would just like smile and nod at everything that everybody said. Anyway, so we showed up late to a party. It's like 9 p.m. For us, being kids, it's a late night party. We show up, they ask us if we want pozole, and my mom's like, yes. Yeah. Okay. So we get pozole. We try to eat as much as we could. And they come and they said this in Spanish, but they're like, it's good. Do you like it? And we were like, oh yeah. And they said, do you want some more? But they said it in Spanish and we didn't know what they said. So we're just like, yeah, sure. Like, yeah. So they keep serving us pozole. Like it's like a comedy sketch. Like they just keep coming and like piling on this pozole. And it got to the point where like, we were like, when they weren't looking, we would like, scoop it into my mom's bowl and then make her eat it, and then we were like, give it back and like, oh, thanks, good. And then my mom literally spent the whole night like 2 hours just eating pozole so she wouldn't offend these people. Yeah. Yeah, that Mexican etiquette, dude.
Yeah, if it's offensive that I don't eat your pozole, you are sensitive.
It was good pozole though.
I mean, pozole is always good. It's hard to make bad pozole.
Yeah.
Right?
Pozole is the best.
Pozole is the best.
I mean, I like menudo, but
my uncle told me that we got to go try this fire menudo out in Norco.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm down. He told me, he's like, you guys got this Mexican podcast. If you want a ranchero, come to Norco. ¿Quieres ir al rancho, cabrón? Vienes a Norco.
I'm down.
I'm scared that when he gets that aggressive, but I'm down.
Do you have any family or party stories? Probably not. I answer for it. Well, because he was you go to less and less Mexican parties as we get older.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say I don't remember if it was a family party or a friend's party, but I do remember I didn't say hi, and then people didn't know I was there.
Yeah.
It was a family party because my grandmother was surprised. She's like, where's Ryan? Did he not come today? Is he with his dad? And she's like, for like a second, I think my mom had to remember if she brought me or not, because my little brother was with my dad. And they went looking for me, and I was in my my cousin's room just playing video games because he let me, and nobody knew I was there for like an hour.
And then when they opened the door, he was like, hello.
That's hilarious.
I think at one point, it was either my grandmother or my mom, but they were like, when did you get here? And I was like, you brought me.
The other day I called Ryan, I think it was yesterday, and he goes, hello? And I was like, hello. And I was like, are you impressed? He's like, you did what I do.
I already do that. You did the thing that I do.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, I was a young kid at one time, and I would like grift in the party, just like a little creeper. Nobody knows I'm here and shit.
Sorry, you finished your story.
No, that was it. That's all I wanted.
I was gonna say this is funny because where that hello comes from, I do it on stage, and it's not forced, but it is like I know that I'm doing it. But that comes from having to. This is like a funny thing about me being autistic is like having to like. Create the habit of greeting people, like saying hello out of instinct. So when I do it, I think the part of it that's so funny is that it's not, I'm not saying hello to you because I actually want to greet you. I'm saying hello to you because I know that that's the custom. So it's like an automatic recording in my head. That's why it always sounds the same. It's like, hello. Because I'm just like, That's what normal people do. It's like a robot reacting like when a robot automatically greets you. That's what that is.
So Ryan's a robot.
I am a robot. I'm a haunted robot. A hashtag haunted robot army.
Well, thanks. I thought you wanted to say hi to me, but I guess not.
I know, huh?
No, it's like I do want to say hi, but it's a thing of like, and I actually been working on a thing about this because it's a thing where it's not necessarily that we don't want to, but it's that we don't understand why it's necessary. So autistic people often just do it out of like reflex because it's what they've been told to do every time they see someone is to greet them. There was one time I was talking to another autistic person. We're not strangers, but we don't know each other. We were just passing each other. It's like the brother of one of my housemates. But it was funny because we were on autopilot, so we were passing pleasantries, but like neither of us were actually paying attention to the conversation, but we were having a full conversation on autopilot, and I thought that was really funny. I was like, hello. He was like, how's it going? I was like, good. How's your day? It's going good. Weather's nice today. And it was like we kept going, and we didn't know why. Neither of us gave a shit about the conversation.
It sounds like Love on the Spectrum. Have you seen that show?
No.
I
hear a lot about
Ryan
it.
doesn't like
A lot about it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm
It's
just kidding. I get
well, it
angry.
is a thing because you know how like you don't like for people to like.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It suggests something.
suggesting. I don't know why I don't know words.
It takes away discovery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This dude, because like autism is so new to a lot of people, and we're like trying to all understand it. And we're trying to share with Ryan that we like. Oh, like I'm learning about autism. He all the time is bombarded. Like as soon as I saw Love on the Spectrum, I was like, "Hey, you're gonna hate me for suggesting this, but I just watched Love on the Spectrum, and I think you would like it." And and he's like, "That's not for me, fool. That's for you. I know all this shit."
That's so funny. Yeah, Love on the Spectrum. It's so weird to see them like interact with each other. By them, I mean the people on the show. You know, like.
What do you mean them?
What do you mean those people?
Those people, they're crazy. I'm just kidding. No, the way they interact on the show is so funny because it is exactly that.
Yeah.
Like they have conversations, but they are literally directly from the little studies they have with like a tutor.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
This is how you greet somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And then the guy in the middle of this tutoring station is like, I have to go restroom. Like he can't stand it. He's like, I just want to go get the fuck out of here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
But now whenever you see Ryan at a party, at a Mexican party, he's like, hello. I thought that was going to be funny. I was trying to bring it back to what we were talking about.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's keep talking about Love on the Spectrum. Just kidding. So
I love the show. It's a great show.
I've also seen Atypical. I just started listening
all these autism
I've
shows?
seen all of them. I've seen Rain Man.
What were you going to say?
What was I gonna say? I don't know. Other than that, what else about Mexican parties?
They're fun. They're fun as fuck. Like, and also, if you're respectful, just fucking go to the party. Like most places, I don't know. I feel like even though it's awkward, I think that's such a good habit of saying hi to everybody at a party because it's like as a kid, it feels fucking weird because even now, even today, I'm like, I don't like to do it because it's like, I don't know these people. Why do I have to say hi to anybody? But it's definitely a good habit. It's good etiquette. It's like a good way to get to know somebody and to like most places like are very welcoming if you do all those things.
Yeah.
Like if you kind of like follow these like it feels weird because it's like this weird like rules system that they have. But if you do that, like they welcome you with open arms and so like you can just show up to just like somebody's party and like just say hi to everybody and like take some food and like be nice, bring some beers.
Straight up, dude. I don't understand the mindset of kids that don't say hi to people at parties.
I mean, I had social anxiety, so.
But I understand social anxiety, but just to make a conscious effort to not say hi to people.
I think for me at these parties was a lot of this stuff like falls back to I don't speak Spanish. So like going to a Mexican party and not being able to speak Spanish, it definitely felt weird, especially when you have those tios that are all surly and shit that are fucking drunk and that like they roast the shit out of you, which now today is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But back then when you're a kid, you're just like, you feel terrible and you're scared.
Yeah, I've told you before, my uncles used to call me Green Day
Right.
And I asked him, I was like, why do you guys come? When I was older, I asked him, why do you guys call me Green Day? And he goes, because the lead singer is fat. He's like, the lead singer is fat, but he got skinny. Pero you don't get skinny. It's so evil.
Yeah. Yeah, but just like shit like that. Like I went to a party the other day and I was wearing that shirt that says no fun on it. And he's like, oh, look who it is. The party killer is here.
Yeah.
Like he just was going on and on about my shirt. And it was like, to me, it was like, I was laughing the whole time because it's really funny. But as a kid who doesn't speak Spanish, you think all these people hate you.
Yeah. True. I mean, as a kid, I will say the only way I could understand is like not saying hi to people at a party is because you want to go into that room where all the kids are and play video games or whatever the thing is. In my experience, I find the most awkward Mexican parties are the funeral parties. Do you guys go to these?
Yeah, because they start off really sad and then...
They're sad the whole time, homie. He just died.
Yeah.
Not when I go.
It was just funny because it was like, no one's ever died in our family.
I mean, our family is pretty, like, this sounds like a crazy thing to say, but our family is relatively young. Like, a lot of, like, the great-grandparents have passed away, but nobody really has passed away yet.
My little cousin has autism, right? Mm-hmm. This is another party story, but, like, me and him clowned on my brother because he got a new iPhone. I think it was the 12 at the time. I just got the 12. He got the 12, and my brother had an iPhone 7. And so I was messing around with him, and I was like, "Oh shit, I got an iPhone 12 recently. Like, Mario, what did you get?" He goes, "iPhone 12." Like, all happy, and I was like, "Thomas still has the 7." And he was like, he's like, "You got the 7." You know, I noticed from my cousin Mario that technology, he looks at it completely differently than I do. I love technology, but he knows like certain like aspects of every single thing like that he wants or owns. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's an autism thing or just a regular thing. People do.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a thing where it's like, it's more literal. I can't speak for the entirety of the community, but it's like more like they want things for specific reasons. And every, you know, when you have like a hobby or something that's prevalent, but it's like, that's literally the only reason they buy anything is for a specific, like if they want a toothbrush, it's because of the mechanics of the toothbrush, not because they needed one or because they like the color. Like,
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like the mechanics of it fascinates them more than what he can do with it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like I was in high school, and referencing that, like my brothers, we were trying to buy new toothbrushes because we moved, we like lost our toothbrush. It was a whole thing. We went to the dollar store and they just got the little like the 3-packs that they'd have extras, and I specifically got, because I lose my stuff all the time, so I got a Spider-Man one, and they were all like making fun of me for it. It's like, but then I was like, you know why I got this one? And it has a little sucker on it, and I put it in the wall, and it's like, now I never lose it, and I never did.
Yeah.
Until somebody broke it. They broke the cup that holds it, and then I lost it immediately.
Damn. All right, well, watch Love on the Spectrum. It's a great show, and Michael's one of the best characters of all time on TV. Do you remember Michael?
Yeah. He's not a character. He's a real person.
No, he's a character in a show. He's a real person, but it's a show. The character of Michael is hilarious.
He's not a character.
He's a real...
You don't understand what I'm saying. I know he's a real person. When he leaves that
show, he's still Michael.
I understand that. But he's a show, and in the show, there's characters. Michael's character on the show. Trust me, Michael doesn't have his whole life edited. You know what I mean? I don't know how to make this connection.
Yeah, but it's a reality show.
Yes, but it's heavily edited.
Yeah, but he's still Michael.
Yeah, but us, when I edit it, I make characters of us on TikTok or whatever. You know, I may use like a reaction to something that I didn't have in the shot before, therefore creating a character. It wasn't real life.
To me.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to like a previous sketch. Like, I know what you're saying.
I'm gonna cut the part where you said
like a hard edit.
Yeah.
Anyway. Or like your mouth pops over mine. I understand what you're saying.
Anyways, yeah, I know he's a real person.
I like parties.
I like parties too. I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Anyways, so that was very fun.
Have more parties. Don't complain.
Don't fly.
Don't fly.
Again, if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at isimopod, ISIMOPOD. Email us at isimopod@gmail.com. We've gotten a lot of emails, and we will read them eventually. No promises when. It's just the three of us. We're doing our best. Just give us a couple of cheers. Yeah. So also, if you could please subscribe and like the video on YouTube, leave a comment. That helps us out a lot. Follow us on Spotify. Rate and review on Apple Podcasts. And until next time.
If they made it this far.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite song to listen to at a party?
Oh, yeah. And also, what's your favorite Selena song?
And what's your favorite? Yeah, both. 2 comments.
Because we already know the favorite song is from Selena. Which one's the one?
Yeah.
My favorite song to listen to at a party is Mis Tres Animales.
And
Mis Tres Animales. Fuck. Mis Tres.
And who's your favorite real person on the show?
Oh my God. Anyways, thank you very much. And until next time,
Don't fly.
Don't fly.